Hi, I'm Danny Lipford.
And I'm Chelsea Lipford-Wolf.
Thanks for watching this episode of Today's Homeowner here on YouTube. And don't forget to leave us a like and a comment.
And be sure to share with a friend, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you get notified of new videos.
Thanks and enjoy the show. When the weather changes, so does your list of chores. So this week, Today's Homeowner is all about fall maintenance fix-up and the chores and fun that go with it. Where did you get those glasses?
Found them, man.
People love the fall of the year because of the changing colors and the crisp air. But for homeowners, those leaves will soon mean raking and gutter cleaning, and the coming cold weather will delay other outdoor maintenance chores that need to be done. Peyton and Hunter Black are a couple of optimistic young homeowners in exactly that position.
We liked the house when we saw it. We looked at a few other ones, but this one kind of called to us, so.
The location was good.
Yeah, it was perfect.
Well, we've been here a year.
Yeah, it's been a year, and we plan to live here a lot longer. You know, it's a big fixer-upper, but we're happy with it. We're excited.
We painted our kitchen.
Well, I spilled the paint within the first 5 minutes, so of course it didn't go off without a hitch, but we got it done. Everything came out nice.
It was wood paneling. We just painted over the wood paneling.
Right.
But outside, there's still work to do. Peyton and Hunter are in need of a fall maintenance fix-up, so we're taking a look around to see what we can help them get done. Definitely got a problem there.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
I just
yes, sir.
kick them over.
These have been an eyesore for us for quite some time. We're excited to get something done about it.
Well, I tell you what, I got a great solution for this, something that's
Okay.
kind of new that will solve that problem. You don't have gutters up in here, which I don't like gutters on the front of a house.
We got them in the
anyway.
back, actually. Yes, sir. I'll show them to you.
Okay.
Yeah, they're right over here, actually. This is where we have some of our biggest problems with our gutters.
Oh, yeah.
The damage is obvious, so.
Yeah, I see another seam right there, same thing.
Right there. There's one right over here.
Got you.
Yes, sir.
Of course, I'm sure you keep them clean all the time.
We try to. That's her job.
It's hard to do that. I'm also taking some measurements for the new columns and making a list of materials we'll need before calling Alan to pick them up. Now, while he's doing that, Hunter and I get ready to remove those rotten columns, which don't seem to match the house very well anyway. So the new ones Alan's going to get will be square. We're using a hydraulic jack and a piece of 4x4 post to temporarily lift the weight of the roof from the column. A short piece of 2x6 tacked on top of the 4x4 will help spread the load a bit. Tell you what, you jack on that one time. Just hit it a couple times, and I'm gonna watch.
Okay.
All right, keep going. All right, there you go. That's good.
Okay.
That's already loose. It was just good and secure. All right, let's see if we can get this thing. Oh, there you go. That's all you need.
Pretty easy,
okay.
huh?
All right, there you go. You can give that to Peyton for her birthday.
Good. I was having trouble coming up with something. What's a night on the couch anyway, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Here, let me know how that works out for you. Peyton must have heard us because before long, she shows up to check out our work.
Is this helping the roof stay up, or?
Yeah, we just jacked it up a little bit, a 4-ton jack, hold it up for just a minute, and I'm about to level, make sure this is level, because if that sagged any, we have a chance now to raise this back up just a little bit to get that level. So, what you got there?
Some paint samples.
What did you decide on the color?
I have no idea.
So while I'm checking to see if the porch beam is level, Hunter takes on every man's favorite chore, picking paint colors with his wife. Hey, there we go. Boy, good timing on that. Alan, this is Hunter and Peyton.
Hey, Hunter.
Hey.
How are you?
Alan Lyle,
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you
What is
too.
it?
This is
Give you a
Peyton.
hand
Hi,
here.
Peyton. Can you grab that in?
Yeah, I got that in.
Coming down.
There you go.
Got another
Oh,
back there.
this is fine. Check
Yeah,
that out.
a good one?
Yeah.
Here's a key thing that we have. Yeah. Now see, that's what I'm talking about. To keep them from being down in the water, that'll sit on the slab, and then the column will sit on top of it. Okay. While we get the columns ready, Peyton's off to pick up the colors for them. But right now, it's time for you to check in with Joe Truini for Simple Solution.
When using caulk to seal up cracks and holes around the house or outside, it's important to make sure the crack is no wider than 1/4 of an inch, because if you just put in caulk, the caulk will fail because the crack is too wide. So here's the trick. Go to a hardware store and pick up foam backer rod. It's just this rope of soft foam rubber. and you can force that into the crack first, and that'll serve as a foundation for the caulk itself. So start by sweeping out the crack so there's no dust or debris in there. You want it as clean as possible. And in this case, since we're working with concrete, we're going to be using a concrete repair caulk. And before putting in the caulk, because this crack is way too wide, we're going to stuff it with this backer. Then you're just going to fill it up. The entire crack will be filled, but not entirely with caulk. The backer rod provides the support, and you'll have a perfect repair that will last years.
This week we're tackling some fall maintenance chores with new homeowners Peyton and Hunter Black. We've just removed the first of 2 rotten support columns from their front porch.
Definitely got a problem there.
And we're getting ready to replace them with these hollow laminated columns made from treated lumber. The folks at Yellowwood tell me these things have more structural capacity than a solid timber. Plus, they won't twist and they're much lighter.
What's the next move to getting this standing up? And
It's really pretty easy. You know,
Yeah.
I measured from that plinth block up so
Right.
that it'll fit right in there. And of course, you know, this has the strength that it needs structurally. But check out the back side of that. I've never seen labeling where you actually have all of the instructions piece by piece,
Oh,
exactly
wow.
how to do it, and
Yeah.
the ways to, you know, like attach the plinth to the bottom of the column, which is very do-it-yourself friendly.
Since the column is thicker than the maximum depth of the saw, we're transferring the mark around to all 4 sides of it before cutting it off at the proper length. Then Alan shows Hunter how to attach the plinth block to the bottom of the column using coated deck screws.
Last one.
Yep, this is it. This is exciting.
We're ready to go in place, Danny.
Okay, buddy. Alrighty, I got my end. Yeah, what?
Now you may have come down a little since you've had that pumped up, so you need to pump that up again.
Yeah.
One more time.
One more?
Yep, that's it.
The next step is making sure the column is plumb or perfectly vertical.
Just a hair, just a hair.
Since the top has to remain in the corner, we're tapping the bottom from side to side and in and out to get it perfectly plumb.
We're on it.
Fingers out of the way.
Both
Go
sides.
ahead, let her down.
And
Lay it
now
down.
release the pressure.
Wow.
Just like that, it's done.
Now, the second column.
All right, next.
Only this one has sagged a little more.
All right, so we're already loose.
This column is in even worse shape, but the cap at the top is attached better, so getting it out takes a little more effort. Next, we need to get the porch beam level, which may take some doing.
All right, go ahead and crank it up some more, because we got a ways to go here.
All right, here we go.
Yep, give us some more.
All right.
Really close now. Keep going some more. There you go, that's it. Now that should make this perfectly level across here. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
One more measurement, and we're ready to cut column 2.
All right, I know what's next.
All right, yeah,
So-
we can get that plinth block on the bottom of it there.
All right. Does it matter actually which end we put this on? Or?
Well, I'll tell you, since
that
this one was cut, much better to go on that, 'cause you'll notice down there it has this yellow paint on it, and it's basically applied at the factory to just seal all of that up to prevent
Okay.
that moisture from absorbing in there.
Oh.
And anytime, you know, if you're building a column yourself or whatever, it's always good to seal that up to keep that from happening. So we'll put it down on that end,
Wow,
and then this
okay.
end can go up top.
So after 4 more screws, ow,
Yeah.
I was kidding.
we're setting the last column. A little finagling to get it perfectly plumb, and the heavy lifting is done.
Looks nice.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Meanwhile, Alan has been cutting some 1x8 to create a base that wraps around the bottom of the column.
You know, I've used a lot of treated wood over the years, and a lot of times it can be really embarrassing because you'll have knots and all kinds of cracks and that type of thing. And that's fine if you're using it for like an old barn or something like that. But when it's on the front of your house, this is pretty impressive to see, you know, no knots in it whatsoever and everything just really smooth. It's pretty awesome.
Looks nice.
Yeah,
very
that's
much
great.
so. There she
we
is.
go. All right. Did you get everything?
Yeah, I think so.
Good. So you cool with doing all of the priming and painting?
Oh yeah, I'm excited about that.
I've got you
All right.
kind of a helper, not
Here,
much of a
here.
helper, but Alan's going to help you out here a little bit. So,
I got the primer for us, so.
All right.
It's you and me?
all right, we'll start cleaning up around here.
There's a little more masking to be done around the bottom of the columns before the priming begins.
You know, the nice thing about this new stuff from Yellow with this KDAT lumber is you can prime it right away. The old
good,
stuff,
yeah.
you had to wait anywhere from 30 to 45 days before you could even touch it.
Crazy.
Yeah. These love bugs are insane.
Yeah, they're getting on my nerves.
Peyton, I think we have created something new.
What?
We'll call it love bug texturing.
Yeah.
And then, you know, they have them spattered throughout the column, stuck there for eternity.
Love bugs. Add character to our house.
While Peyton and Alan battle the bugs to wrap up the priming, Hunter and I are getting ready to deal with those gutters in the back.
Uh-huh. Yeah, we got a little cleaning here to do.
Huh.
Clean this regular, huh?
Well, I knew that would only last till you got up there and looked, but no.
While we start digging into this mess, why don't you check out this week's Best New Product with Jody.
You know, I love working out in my yard, but one of the things I can't stand is trying to rake leaves and put them in a bag that's gonna fold in on itself, and then I have to fight the bag to get the leaves down in there. But Shay, you've got a really good solution for this, don't you?
Yes, it definitely can be a pain, Jody. And Rubbermaid has this rough neck backbone, and you just take the long side, flex it in, and there you go.
Wow, look at that. It holds it open and wide open. So I'm not having to struggle with my hands and try to get the leaves down in there.
Right.
Because, you know, that's a pain. I try to get my daughter to hold the bag, but she won't help me. It really is kind of a two-person job until this.
Right, so now we've eliminated 2 people to 1 person, so that way you can do the backyard, and I can do the leaves in the front yard.
That's fantastic. So you know what basically we've done? We've given our bag a spine. Good job.
Peyton and Hunter Black are in fall maintenance fix-up school this week, and so far we've replaced the rotten columns on the front porch of the young couple's first home.
I like the square a whole lot better than I like those round ones.
While Alan and Peyton prime and caulk those columns, Hunter and I have begun the rehab of the gutter over their back patio.
So I should have never let them get this bad then.
No, because it just doesn't, it backs them up. And what happens too is like you got these gutter spikes here, and the water will back into the eave area of the house. And before you know it, it's rotting like crazy, and bugs love it. I mean, you know, carpenter ants, that kind of thing, roaches, they'll get all of it.
Don't tell the wife.
No,
man.
no,
She'll
better not
freak.
say anything. And you know, during the fall time of the year is a great time to do it as well, because you know you're going to get a lot more leaves coming down real soon. Yeah, I guess you're going to have to go hide the evidence, huh?
I guess so, man.
Just sneak it in the garbage can.
Probably gonna put it in the laundry room. She never goes in there. Be the best hiding place, I think.
Yeah, we'll send her a little copy of this tape.
While I'm doing a little marital counseling in the backyard, Alan is giving a caulking class in the front.
That's the key right here, is get a wet finger and smooth it over the top of it. Let the water actually flow it into where it needs to go, and it does such a better job.
As Hunter and I are doing our final rinse, we're also testing for leaks.
All right, any leaks yet?
Yeah. Right here in the corner, it's just pouring out.
Instead of the water flowing towards that downspout, it's flowing backwards.
Wow. So it's unlevel, I guess?
Yeah, it's because it's sagging.
When the gutters are clean, we let them and the primer dry overnight before work continues the next morning. First, we remove the loose, rusted gutter spikes and replace them with threaded gutter screws to hold them more securely to the fascia board. Then we tighten up the seams in the gutters with some small self-tapping screws.
You see how it's tightening up?
I do. Everything's coming together.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, I think we're going to be good here. I'll tell you what, the way this is going, it's not going to take very long.
I didn't realize it was this simple.
Then once we scrape out the old dried caulk, we're ready to seal up the seams with new caulk. As we work our way along the gutters, every seam offers slightly different challenges.
Then I'm going to persuade it out of there a little bit.
Wow. That's when you know somebody's done things before.
Yeah.
You think the guys are actually working over on the other end of the house?
Probably not.
Probably not.
In some cases, the seam splices are so badly bent that they have to be removed completely.
Now, what makes the metal bend over time? Is it just the being weathered, or?
Mostly, and just the, you know, the weight of the leaves, expansion and contraction, it'll just back out.
We're replacing it with a splice generously coated with gutter sealant and secured with more self-tapping screws. While Hunter and I are sweating out here in the sun, I can't help wondering if Alan and Peyton are actually painting those porch columns or maybe just enjoying the shade.
Could you rub my shoulders?
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Hold on one second.
She jumped on that painting instead of helping on the gutters
Yeah,
really quick.
you saw
like.
that, didn't you?
Sure
I
did.
wonder what that's about.
I think Alan told her about the shade and the mint juleps and
Whew.
Oh, this is really hard work, Peyton.
Yeah.
I saw this when we were cleaning this thing yesterday, that there's no cap here whatsoever, no downspout, water's running out down here, and you see what happened.
Yeah, it's messing up my yard.
Yeah, it's got a heck of a hole there that could affect that foundation, so much better to have a downspout here, especially this much gutter, and you need at least a couple downspouts. To put one right here, that wouldn't be too pretty.
Right.
I don't think Peyton would like that. So, I bought an outlet. Instead of extending this thing, I thought we would cut this off with a reciprocating saw, put that outlet right in here, and then I have a downspout to go down right there to kick that water out.
That's going to be perfect.
I think I painted a love bug in the column. Is that all right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Where did you get those glasses?
Found them, man.
Man, designer frames. That's awesome, man.
That's when it happens.
God! Oh, yeah, it got me too. Dang it.
That wasp sting slowed us down a little bit, but we're still accomplishing way more than those two in the front yard. I still think someone is a slacker.
Break time.
I agree.
We'll hold that up there, and I can screw that off, and you hold it to the wall.
Okay.
If you see any wasp, just knock them down.
Eventually, we get the downspout installed to complete Peyton and Hunter's gutter rehab. Now the gutters should work great, but since they dislike cleaning these things so much, we thought they would be the perfect judges to test out some gutter guards. We've collected samples of 5 different designs from trade shows and distributors, and we're installing them in the newly refurbished gutters.
Why don't you climb up the ladders enough so that you can see the guards, and then we'll test them out.
Yeah, you may want to move your ladder back a bit, Hunter.
All right. Yeah.
That's going straight for you.
So here we go with the rainfall,
Rainfall coming.
and here we come with the leaves.
I'm the special effects.
There we go.
Okay, so it's not exactly scientific, but it's kind of fun after a long, hot day in the sun for some of us, and we're getting a good look at how well each of these things work.
And then, of course, that's some straw and some
Some
leaves.
straw, some leaves. They all seem to be staying out of the gutter at least.
Yeah, but I think the white one did the best.
Absolutely.
Do you think this one too?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
the white one,
Seems
yeah.
to slide off of it.
Yeah, because, you know, the others have all that texture.
Right, they grip it,
Yeah.
it seems like.
But how much water is going into the gutter? That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
We have a lot of water coming out
Yeah.
down the spout.
That might work well in, say, Seattle, where it rains all the time, but
Uh-huh.
not very hard.
Right.
And then some of these others may work well during the heavier rains. But
Okay. No more leaks. The leaks
Yeah.
are fixed.
Oh, the leaks are fixed too?
Yeah, the
are.
leaves
That was our leak test.
So we can't give a conclusive answer for everyone on gutter guards, but here's a question from one viewer that we can nail down. Barry asked, we have a leak somewhere around our chimney, but can't seem to locate it. Any suggestions?
Finding a leak on your chimney can be one of the most frustrating things you'll ever do at your house because there's so many entry points. But the vast majority of the time, the problem is with the flashing, the metal material that's right around the base of your chimney that kind of integrates into your roofing, whether it's shingles or other type. That's where a lot of times the flashing will pull away a little bit. And you'll have an entry point for that rain. What you need to do is reattach the flashing anywhere you see any gap or crack using nails or screws. Then grab a good quality exterior caulk and seal every little crack you can possibly find. Also a great idea is to dab a little on the nail heads or screw heads to make sure that rain doesn't enter the house. Boy, I tell you, it's always amazing. A few plants, a little bit of straw can make a big difference in the front of a house.
Yes,
difference.
It definitely motivated us to maybe do something else, plant some more stuff.
Oh, you have a few ideas, huh?
Oh,
Yeah, we're
yeah.
going to extend this.
If you need ideas.
Oh boy.
I have ideas.
He can go on and on and on. Hey, I hope you had some fun with us this week. We certainly had a lot of fun helping Peyton and Hunter knock a few things off their fall maintenance list. And your fall maintenance list is waiting for you at todayshomeowner.com. Hey, thanks so much for being with us. I'm Danny Lipford. We'll see you next week right here on Today's Homeowner. Let me see what they're up to over here.
Oops.
Hey, thanks for watching this episode of Today's Homeowner. And don't forget to comment, like, and hit the bell icon so that we can notify you when new videos are posted.
And don't go anywhere. Click around and continue the home improving fun.